Okay, so here's a bit of something I know has been a long time coming. I know there's a few of you low-end nuts in there that have been itching, hassling for this one for ages, and I'm sorry it's taken so long. Well, unlike the spread of guitars that I have for guitar sound, as much as I'm banging to the bass, I really only use one. I intend to change that. I'd like to get some more sounds in here, especially a jazz bass. That's top of the list. But I'd also like to get, you know, some kind of 5-string modern thing, like Ibanez sound gear type of thing, made by anyone really. You know, something active and something fretless and something acoustic. I was actually very impressed with my mate Mark. He has a Gear for Music bowl back 5-string that unbelievably acoustic bass works well, and of course you can plug it in. Anyway, I'm going for a Laney R4 amp, which is a wonderful amp, big old driver on it, sounds warm as toast. Now this is the first one I'm going to show you. This is a Fender Precision Squire Silver Series from 1992. So this is one of those that has the Fender Japanese neck. But yeah, I've been using this for years, and I've upgraded it to smithereens. Now, an interesting note of trivia: did you know I've actually done more live gigs with a full band on a bass than I have on the guitar? Yeah, so that's the 1992, but far better than that. And I can't play this for too long at this volume because, like, you know, I really can't. But this is a 1996 made in China. The other one's made in Korea with a Japanese neck. This one's made in China 4 years later. Now look at the goddamn flame on that neck. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got like more flame on it than any fucking Squire is like, you know, entitled to have. I don't know if you can see it at all. And don't be put off by the markings, the sun markings there. I don't know if you can see it. But all I can say is, it's like, you know, if you'd have picked up like a Fender, like, you know, vintage reissue, and you picked it up and you looked at that flame, you'd be like, holy fuck. You know, I don't know, look, on the hip. I mean, yeah, can you see that? I mean, it's just a really... Anyway, the balance is perfect. I was not in the market... I'm quite happy with the 92, right? You just heard it. Perfect fucking precision bass. Can't complain about it. But I went to my usual brokers, and like this was in the window. It's 140 quid. It's a bit out of my range. But I gave it a go, and it was just like, oh, you know. I've got to turn that down because it's way louder than the other one, just on the output. But fucking, I haven't touched a thing. But yeah, it's just this thing really comes alive. This is a 1996 made in China. Oh yeah, I learned something about the YN. I learned something. CXS or something means it comes out of the Axle factory. But yeah, this is definitely like a bass for life. It's just like, I've played fucking shitloads of Fender Precision basses. I mean Squire Precision, well, and Fender, but Squire Precision basses, and they're great. They're really great. But this one sticks out heads and tails. It's a bit like my old Ernie Ball Silhouette that was just heads and tails above any other Silhouette. You know, Kev Walker will tell you. I mean, even Dennis Greaves used it once at a Nine Below gig. You know, like knocked a 62 Fender aside for one show. Come on, like any guitar that can do that. And obviously it wasn't his thing. He didn't stay too modern for him. But like, you know, the fact that he did it for one gig speaks volumes. But yeah, this fucking thing, it's just a straight up, no nonsense precision. I won't be changing anything. So the faithful old thing that's done so much work has been knocked into a second position by this, which I managed to get for 110 quid in the end. Or it might have been 120, but either way, absolute fucking bargain, because... You know, I mean, I picked up some not long ago. Went to Absolute Music and went through all the basses, went through all the Fenders, and like this can stand next to any precision bass. Like, I'm not joking. It's just so resonant. Like, you know, it's like resonant like a proper old like Jerry McAvoy vintage bass. You know, bear in mind, I've been a bass tech for some of the most desirable precision basses ever to exist. You know, Fender 51 Precision. You know, slab body. You know, Jerry McAvoy's basses, I mean, his best one is the 56 with the tortoiseshell plate, which is just the most tremendously warm bass sound ever. It's the bass that really turned me on to what precisions are about. And of course, his fucking Stingray is an absolute belter. Like, he's got, like, you know, one of the real, you know, it's a beautiful music, man, even among music men, and it's so played in, like, it's so, you know, he's used it for years. So I've had, like, you know, a lot of experience with some of the best bass guitars in the world, you know. So it's not like I don't know what's to judge, and like, this is alright, but it's kind of bright, kind of muddy at times in some of the middles, but it's been a great workhorse, you know. I've been able to get great results out of it over the years. But this thing, this is on another level. This is like, I'm not at all bothered if I ever get like a real Fender or whatever. This is a real Fender. It's a Squire. It's the cheap part of the Fender range coming out of China. But fuck me, they managed to fluke an amazing bit of wood. And yeah, Laney R4. I'll show you that quickly before we depart. So yeah, like Tobacco Sunburst, you know. very simple, like not even a string through, it's a top loader, you know, very simple. And this one, you know, just black, same thing, like, you know, same thing. But this is getting, you know, I thought, you know, this was sold to me as an 86, but no, it's an 82. I've done all the serial number, and it's got like a, you know, I upgraded the bridge some time ago, you know, which has devalued it, but, you know, it's a player's guitar, not a fucking poser's one. But yeah, the Laney, I'll show you what I can of it. Yeah, there you go. You can see what you can of it. It's an amazing amp, really good, nice sound. And yeah, I know you've been crying out for like a bass episode for absolutely fucking ages. Well, now you got one. I hope you enjoyed it. And also, it was just like straight lead, straight into the amp, bass and amp, no messing around, no compression, nothing. I would have done quite a lot to enhance that, but I literally switched the amp on and plugged the basses into this video just before I start like a practice session on them, which I should do more. But I would absolutely enhance that sound a lot more. That was kind of woolly, but it was just, I was just getting the basses out to show you, really. And big love to you.